Second part is the kinematics of cam. So first, what is mean by cam? A cam is a device or element which is rotating that gives oscillating or reciprocating motion to the follower, which is another element of this machine by direct contact. We should note that the direct contact, it should always touch or be in touch with that contact. This part is mainly used to transform the motion from rotary to linear or another part. This part of a machine which can be rotating wheel and electric wheel, a shaft that strikes the levers various points in a circular path. Three important elements. There is a frame, a fixed frame, and there is a cam, there is a follower. These are the important three elements of the cam mechanism. So types of cams is the first. We are going for a radial and a disc or plate cam, which is the follower reciprocates are translating in a plane perpendicular to the axis of the cam. This is the first one, is a radial cam or disc cam. The second one, wedge, the translatory motion to the follower. There is only forward and backward motion, to and fro motions. Clear. So these are the common functions, but what is the difference? Is the motions are different. The third one, the cylindrical or a drum cam. We have named it a drum cam also. Both are same. The circumferential contour cut in the surface rotates about its axis. The follower rides at a groove cut. There is a follower which is also followed by a groove cut. This is called a cylindrical cam. Similarly, spiral and heart-shaped cam and translating cam are there. So what is mean by follower? We have different types of conical cams, global cam, N cam. So what about the follower? It's a very important thing, because the follower positions are movement. We are making some displacement diagrams and additional varieties for the cam and follower motions. So follower time, first one is, what is mean by follower? The follower is a rotating or an oscillating element of a machine that follows the motion of cam by direct contact. The cam moves in a reciprocating motion. The follower moves in a vertical to the axis of the cam. This part of machine is mainly for reciprocating, and I think is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible, sir? Sir, where
Yes,
I
yes,
missed
sir.
the types of follower?
Types of follower. Just before slide, I think so.
Okay,
Go
sir.
for the
Thank you.
previous slide.
Previous slide.
Yes, sir. From here.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the extremely inconvenience for the disappointment. I think the net has been low for some times. I couldn't connect properly. It's automatically gets out. Is it audible, sir? Is it viewable?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Is it audible, sir? Is it viewable? Okay, element of a machine that follows the motion of a cam by direct contact. Look at this, which is used to open and close the valves, inlet and outlet ports, isn't it? So what about the types of follower? So knife edge follower, roller follower, flash faced follower, and spherical faced follower. Knife edge follower has a sharp knife edge, so excessive wear is possible because small area of contact. Then what about the roller? The roller follower is having a less wear because of a roller shape, and its applications are oil engines, aircraft engines, production machineries. Well, go for the flat-faced follower. There is a high surface stresses because it is a contact area or more. It was used in automobile engines. The spherical faced, which was reduce the surface stresses in the flat faced. It was designed to shape as a spherical. These are the general follower types and applications. So according to the line movement of the follower, the radial or offset, the axis or coaxial, the axis are offset. So what about oscillating follower, translating follower? Oscillating follower or the diagram we can understand easily, and the translating follower is the motion to the follower which is quoted in the direction v follower that notes the direction to and fro. What about the type of joint closer? Okay, how we are going to by the force by the spring. We have to give some force to occupy the cam should not go beyond the limit or cross the border. So spring is usually provides the back force. That means it withstand or retard the actual or original position, which is used to type of joint closer. So form closed. The cams are closely by joint geometry. The conjugate then follower is arrested. The conjugate 1 and conjugate 2. Conjugate 2, look at that, it arrested. So this is a form. The closed cams are closed by joint geometry. Or else we have to give some slat milled. We can mill by slat because we have to direct the follower what the exact shape or direction of rotation or direction of movement is needed. So we should follow the rules. So what about the nomenclatures? Like gears, we have some nomenclature here. So what about that cam profile, base circle, pitch curve, prime circle, pressure angle? So everything we have known well. But anyway, the small introduction about the cam profile, which is the last, at last we can get the cam profile through that the pitch circles, joining points, which is the bottom of the roller. We can make some trace by the curve and draw a curve. It's not a circle, it's a curve. At last we can get the cam profile. So what is the base circle? The smallest circle tangential to the cam profile. What about the pitch curve using the draw cam curve? What is the application of pitch circle here? From the pitch curve only we are using to draw rollers diameters, and the bottom of the touchable areas are to be joined to get the cam profile exactly. So prime circle, pressure angle. The pressure angle, the angle between line of action, a follower corresponding normal to the pitch line. So similarly, what we have seen in the gears, the same. So types of follower motion. So what about the follower motions are there? Uniform velocity, acceleration, deceleration. Uniform acceleration, deceleration, simple harmonic motion, cycloidal motion. So what about the motions follower will be? Uniform motion, how it will be? The diagonal to diagonal. It going towards to uniform. So slightly we join diagonal to diagonal. That is a rise. From lower to rise. That means a dwell. We have a two dwell. We don't not forget that this is a lower dwell, and it towards to go to higher dwell, and it return to higher dwell from higher dwell to lower dwell, and then it's completely in dwell. There is a displacement diagram for uniform motion or constant velocity displacement diagram. So profile of the cam when the axis of the follower passes through the axis of the cam. This is the knife edge follower. This is the base circle. The first rise is 60-degree, and then dwell 30-degree, and fall or return 60-degree, and then dwell. So just we know the problems. Okay, how we are going to solve? We can make it a 6 segment because of the 60 degree divided by 10 degree. Even as a 60 degree divided by 10. for the total degree is 360. We have to consider that. In the scale purpose, we are making a use of 1:2 or 2:1 for the drawing sheets. Depends. So what about the measurement from 0 to A, 1 to B, C to 2 to C, 3 to D, 4 to D, 5 to E, 6 to E. Similarly, it's the same one. We are going to make some distance. The same value should be noted or taken and make some arc in the particular line. The 62 first we have to subdivide into 6 degrees, and here also the 6 degrees. Okay, this is commonly we know that. The axis of the follower is offset. What about the offset? The axis is not coincidential. It is offset away from the 20 mm, 15 mm, 18 mm, whatever they given in the data in the problem. So similarly, remaining arcs are same, uniform velocity. So there is diagonal joining, then lower dwell to higher dwell, rise, dwell, then fall or return, then dwell. These all are common. So first, from the degree are the 6 splits, how you are going to take. That is offset. So from that point, we have to divide 6 degrees through the base circle. And then taking the distance and from the base circle to draw, because we put arc previously, and then draw all the points we can get some profile. This is called a cam profile for the offset circle or 20 mm. We should draw the 20 mm circle first. So simple harmonic motion is very important. The cams are produces simple harmonic motion of the follower called eccentric cam. Eccentric cam, look like yes, there is a very smooth curve. Eccentric cams are circular cams wherein the axis of rotation does not intersect the center of the circle. The displacement equation of the simple harmonic motion can be written as is very important of the displacement formula is equal to h by 2 1 minus cos k theta. We will going to discuss this oriented problem in the furthermore our upcoming PowerPoint presentation. Directly we have downloaded from the applications of cams in Google, but we have some interesting tasks. S is equal to h by 2 1 minus cos k theta. So profile of the cam when the line of stroke of the valve or passes through the axis of the camshaft. How it will be? So it's a semicircle which is a 50 mm height. Then we divided into 6 subsections or angular 6 angles. So and then you kite straight away towards to the dual positions of the last. Then our 1 2 3 4 lines are intersect with the 1 2 3 4 5 6 lines. So matching points should be noted. All the points are reference point. Just to make a draw. Now after drawing we can get the idea of a simple harmonic curve, how it will be smoother. So simple harmonic motions, then follower diagram, follower roller follower. It is not offset. It is actually not offset as ordinary condition. So valve raised, how the simple harmonic curve will be, and the profile will be, cam profile will be, and what about in the dual condition? What about the valve return or lower condition? Then dual. So this is simple harmonic motions. The cam when the line of stroke of the valve rod is offset 15 mm. We have already discussed the offset in the uniform velocity. Similarly, there is the same, but how it will be vary. What about the cam profile of the uniform velocity? Uniform velocity. That means what about the cam profile or how it looks like? Difference between the cam profile of simple harmonic motion to normal. This is the cam profile. The red color dark is denoted as a cam profile finally. So follower, how it moves with uniform acceleration and deceleration. So what about the follower moves uniform acceleration and deceleration? Just connect the diagonal lines first, and the measurement of height, displacement, lift, maybe 30, 50, 60, whatever it may be, subdivided into 6 parts. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, sorry, 8 parts, because we have to get some curve which is closer to the reality. Number of segments are more. When the number of segments are more, we will connect more accurately. So what about here? We can subdivide into the center part as 8 points, and 8 points which connected to the 4 points from this diagonal, 4 points this diagonal. Then we need to look at that what the line crosses are 1 or crosses to 2 3 4. So what about the lines meet the other line? So just connect all the points and make a draw. So how it will be? The uniform acceleration and retardation is the smoothest curve. Look at the diagram, it's the smoothest curve. So what about the cycloidal motion? Similarly follower types of cycloidal motion. We have to make some small circle over here. What the calculation is s equal to 2 pi r, r is equal to s by 2 pi. So just make the circle, and we have to connect all the lines like our center connection, because from the diameter point to 3 to 6 we are connecting. Similarly, the straight points, because 6 segments we cut by the campus. So all are connected in the center part, and the center should be parallel to the diagonal. So first center is 3 to 6, the center is meet is the diagonal. The parallel lines we have to draw, and the metered or connected lines or joint points are being noted. Then the curve is followed by the displacement diagram of the cycloidal motion. Cycloid motion, how it will be. So this is the follower motion. What about the cycloidal motion? So types of motion program: critical evolution program or critical evolution program cam profile. So what about the type of motions? How the motions will be? So we are going to detailedly see one application with the drill operation by the application of cam, which is at the initial position, which is in a drill after getting a full drill, and then is waiting for another cycle. So a dwell period, what about the dwell, rise, fall? We know that. But a period with no output motion with first number one. From the CEP, what are the things are going to be solved? Rise, fall, no dwell. Rise, fall, dwell, that means one dwell. And two dwell, rise, dwell, fall, dwell, that means two dwells. We are going to solve a problem, for example, rise, dwell, fall, dwell, two dwells. Okay. RDFD cam design, that means rise, dwell, fall, dwell. The motion in between two dwells, how it will be? The x-axis is denoted as the cam angle theta, because a cam rotation angle. The y-axis is the follower in generally mm or inch. So first 0 to 360 degree, the total angle of the cam angle time is for completely 1 second. So 0 to 0.25, 0.25 to 0.5, 0.5 to 0.75, 0.75 to 1. Okay, so how we are going to choose or consider the motions? For the low dwell, there is no displacement. There is only a crank angle rotation 0 to 90 degree. Second, there is a rise. Okay, the rise 90 to 180, how it travels, and there is a dwell. So how the low dwell and higher dwell will be? There is a high dwell. Even there is a dwell is the same, but they have a different position. Zero, when you are having a 0, there is also a dwell. When you are a 1, there is also a dwell. So we need to use different names, which is called low dwell, which is called high dwell, and then fall. Okay. So rise, dwell, fall, dwell, cam design. The first one. Okay. This is the 4 individual diagrams, which is denoted for connected points using straight line. Yes, it's called the straight lines displacement. So low dwell and rise 90 to 180, which how it's going to rise. That degree, the follower rises, isn't it? So after that, it is in the dwell period, and after that 182, 272, 360 degree, it is a fall. That is called dwell, rise, dwell, fall. The first one displacement, second one constant velocity. So how we are going to draw a constant velocity diagram? There's the theta, there's the v. Here v is the velocity. S is the displacement in the first one. V is the velocity. So constant velocity. First 0 to 90 degree, there is a straight line. There is a no velocity such. And what about the 90 to 180? We can have some displacement here in the rise 0 to 180, 90 to 180, but in the velocity diagram, we have to put a straight line alone. So it just goes to the straight. It may be movable for certain mm or inch. And the rises should be constantly going towards to the end point, and that point returns to the bottom. That means another constant velocity line, and it goes for the higher dwell. If randomly you are seeing the velocity diagram alone, you may not know which is low dwell, which is high dwell. So just to look at this displacement diagram, both are dwell, but this is low dwell, this is higher dwell. And then fall means negative. In the displacement, it is not possible to measure, but now the velocity is going towards the negative direction and go for the right, and at last it reaches the 360 degree. So what about the acceleration? Third one is the acceleration, 0 acceleration A. 0 to 90 degree, there is no change, and 90 degrees there is a acceleration, infinity for the opposite direction. Should be continuous. So straight line you have to join, and then What about the infinity? Upside infinity is goes towards to downside infinity. So downside, and again straight line. Then again it's going to fall. So definitely the infinities are in the bottom side. It reduces or negative sign and goes to the straight line. At last, from fall to initial point 360 degree, it's up. So this is acceleration diagram. The jerk is the acceleration, nearly near to the acceleration, but these all are having one chain. ds by d theta is equal to velocity, dv by d theta is equal to acceleration, d acceleration da by d theta is equal to jerk. So infinity are both directions. Okay, fundamental law of cam design. How we are going to design a cam using a fundamental law? We have to consider the two important things. The one is cam function must be continuous through the first and second derivative. This is very important. The second one, the jerk function must be finite across the entire interval. So note it down the 2 points. We are going to discuss the 2 points for the example problem. Okay, SVAJ diagram. This is called a SVAJ diagram. What is that? S means a displacement, V velocity, A acceleration, J jerk. The both four matters are important to satisfy a good cam design. The first step designing a cam is to define a mathematical function to be used to define the motion of the follower. Always we have to use some mathematical derivations and formulas. So displacement is called S. The velocity dou S by dou T or dou theta for if you are considered S. Then dou S by dou T. Acceleration dou squared S by dou T squared. Jerk dou cube S by dou T cube. This is the furthermore partial derivative equations. Okay. Now come for the SVAJ diagram. For the example, a cam mechanism will be designed. A cam mechanism will be designed for a driller machine. Here we have four types of segmentations. If you are considering the theta 0 to 90 degree, 90 to 180 degree, 180 to 270 degree, 270 to 360 degree. What about the operation number 1, AB, BC, CD, DA? The operation condition, one part each 20 seconds. The initial position A, 20 seconds each it will take. Okay. Drill in 25 minutes in 5 seconds. 5 seconds we are drilling 25 mm in BC. So completely finished out 5 second finishing the drill is CD, and drill out 25 mm in 5 second DA, and again wait for the another part. This is the basic mechanism of the drilling process. So how we are using or choosing the cam, and how we are interpolating with the mathematical expressions. Okay, so first, what about the displacement will be? The first step, define the displacement diagram. So first one AB is the input part, second one is a drill, third one dwell, and fourth one is a completing. Okay, so define the displacement diagram. First cam angle 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to 360, and displacement of the follower is called as mm. It is a 25 mm drill, isn't it? So the follower length or height is called, here is the length mm, so 25 mm. The maximum value is 25. Okay, so first thing is 0 to 90, there is no drill in work. The displacement is no, zero displacement. The cam angle only rotates. So 0 to 90, there is only a straight simple line. Then 90 to 180, what happened? The displacement changes because it's going to walk starts. So 90 degree to 180, there is a slope. It means the displacement starts at 90 degree to 180. What about the theta differences is 90 degree. Don't forget that, because 180 minus 90 is 90. And also 270 minus 180, 90. And also 360 minus 270 is a 90. So these are the common. So second part is 90 to 180 degree. There is a slope, which is a displacement starts and ends at the C. Then again, there is a process still going on the further theta, because 180 to 270 degree, it is in progress. There is a no displacement movement, that's working in progress. So it is in dwell condition. It is not in the lower dwell condition. It is in the higher dwell condition. So, and the last one, 270 degree to 360 degree, D to A, the return or fall or down. So this is also theta difference is 90 degree, because 360 minus 270, but the displacement starts from positive to negative. It's a returning. Okay, so this is other displacement. We are not mentioning the positive negative in the displacement. It's just a movement giving towards and coming towards. The first one, AB, BC, CD, DA, 4 things, and displacement we explained. Okay. It is very useful to divide the displacement function in several parts. These functions are called. What about the functions? We can name it now. From A to B, there is a first stage. And the theta, what about the theta will be 0 to 90 degree. There is no displacement. S is equal to 0 mm. From B to C, the theta ranges between 90 to 180. So what about S displacement? We have some formulas. S is equal to K1 into theta minus 90. K1, what is mean by K1? Change in displacement by change in theta. Okay, what about change in displacement from 0 to 25? Isn't it? For the second one, B to C, it transfers the displacement to 0 to 25. The difference is 25. So K1 is equal to del S is called as change in displacement 25 mm divided by del theta. So del theta, the angle difference between 180 to 90. That means 180 minus 90, 90. So when you solve this 5 by 18 mm per degree, we got that. Okay, just note it down, 5 by 180. So change in displacement is called a velocity. Remember that del S. So K1 is equal to 5. Come to the third one. From C to D, the angle between the theta 180 to 270. What about the S? Still it is in same 25 mm. There is not at all. You don't put at the 0, because if you are putting a displacement at 0, it come to the bottom 0. That means lower dwell. But the position is in higher dwell. So we do not put at the 0. This is in the same level. So we have to put at S is equal to 25 mm. So from D to A, the fourth stage, what is the angle between 270 to 360 degree, which is a 90 degree. So S is equal to, similarly it falls down. So K2 into theta minus 270, because the previous stage is 270. It starts at theta is a final, so previous case is 270, and the theta is final, previous case is 90. So only we put theta minus 90 in the previous, and D to A, theta minus 270, where K2 is equal to, similarly same, del S by del theta. What about the del S? Now it retracts or return to the position. There is a transverse of 25 to 0 in the negative direction downwards. So minus 25. The theta, there is no change, 90 degree. So minus 25 by 90 is equal to minus 5 by 18 mm per degree. So note it down, the K2 value. We have to note the K2 value. Is it clear for the displacement of the followers for the both two stages? Now we move for, this is a displacement and the equations. Now we move for next, what about the equations for the velocity, acceleration, jerk, and we have to go for further. The third one. What about the velocity diagram? Okay, we named it as the displacement diagram at the initial diagram. Look at the first graph, displacement of the follower from 0 to 25, and we have had two equations. S is equal to K1 into theta minus 90 for the angle between 90 to 180 in the second stage. For the fourth stage, S equal to K2 into theta minus 180. This is the fourth stage. So theta cam and follower S in mm. Okay. Come for the velocity diagram. So what will happen if the displacement occurs? What about the velocity? So velocity diagram, just to start at the velocity diagram, we have to put in the 5 or 6 to the top, 0 to 1, 2, 3, y-axis. Look at the y-axis, mm per second, because velocity of the follower 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why we are giving up to 5 or 6, bottom side, also negative side 1, 2, 5 or 6? Because we have a K1, K2 value is 5, minus 5, isn't it? So we need to make some flat graph. Then 0 to 90 degree, there is a no displacement. The velocity also common. 0 to B, it is continuous in the straight line. And what about the second one? From 90 degree to 180 degree. So it should transverse, it displays, it's going by straight line. So what about the value is a 5, plus 5. So just straight line, make a straight line up to plus 5. And also we have to make up to the C point to the straight line. Why? Because it should maintain the same 90 to 180 range. Okay, 90 to 180 range, the velocity is 5. We have some transverse distances, we have some volume, so that volume should be noted as a line. So in the area, in the region, the velocity is represented as the box. And again it comes down to meet C. Why we named as a B, B, C, C, both names? Because it transfers from to that height, and again it returned to from top to down. So there is a equal B, B and C, C. Again it travels in the velocity. This is not upper and lower, this is the velocity. Okay, so velocity is remain constant and the C2D. And again it downs, fall down, displacement down. So there is a downward direction 5, that is a -5. And again it stand the same which to the point A, and the point is come to the actual position in the zero of the x-axis. This is the velocity diagram. So the omega value or V value RPM that is a given, we can easily calculate that. So K1, K2, 5 by 18 minus 5 by 18 mm per degree. So change in displacement, del S is equal to V1, del S is equal to V2. So plus 5 minus 5 mm per second, mm per second. This is the calculation for, so drawing calculation, how to we have to draw in the lag diagram for the velocity representation. Okay, so what about the acceleration? While go for the reference of a velocity, we go for acceleration because velocity is derived, acceleration derived from velocity. So theta angle, cam angle degree, and mm per second squared is the acceleration unit. 0 to 5, 0 to 5 graph. So A to B is a straight line, there is no change. B to B is a velocity, so there is a definitely there is acceleration there. So infinity acceleration, we don't know exactly, so infinity. And come for the next one. What about the 90 to 180 degree? And the 180 degree, the velocity travels towards to down, which is up is positive infinity. The velocity C to C, we need to put some direction mark if you are any get a confusion. Velocity diagram, A to B there is a forward direction, B to B forward direction, B to C forward direction, C to C downward direction, C to D forward direction, then D to D downward direction. So downward directions are also in minus infinity, remaining are plus infinity. Therefore, this is the acceleration diagram previously drawn or compared to our velocity diagram. Okay, what about the jerk? It is very important. More than acceleration, jerk is very important because we have two different conditions if you were to be design a good cam. What about that? The first one, first derivative, second derivative should be smooth, continuous order. The second constraint is the jerk should be uniform. If jerk is going to up and down, or there is a direct slip or miscontact, because the cam and follower should be touched in all ways, isn't it? So what about the jerk? It is an alpha infinity squared. So wherever there is a acceleration, the accelerations which is results to jerk, and jerk infinity squared minus infinity squared minus infinity squared plus infinity squared. So if infinity squared is go for this direction, that is not continuous, this will lead to the bad design of displacement function. So what about the simple harmonic motion? Now we go for the real example for the simple harmonic motions. A simple harmonic motion is a mathematical function that remain continuous throughout any number of differentiatives. Okay, we know already the displacement value. We have already discussed the formula S equal to h by 2 1 minus cos pi theta by b. In the some other books, some other formula given, maybe the theta notation or beta notation has been changed. Not at all a problem. What are the things you have to be noted? What is meant by h? The total stroke, that means height or displacement of the follower. Theta is the camshaft angle total, 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, and 360 degree. But beta is the maximum angle on that particular state. If you are going for a 0 to 90, the maximum angle 90, 90 to 180, the maximum angle 180, 180 to 270, the maximum angle 270, 270 to 360, the maximum angle is 360. Similarly, so what about a displacement difference related to the ds? Okay, ds with the theta. So h by 2 1 minus cos pi theta by beta. If you are differentiating with theta, velocity will come. The velocity, this is the constant pi by beta. So pi by beta comes forward. Pi by beta into h by 2 1 minus cos sin pi theta by beta. And acceleration again pi by beta, pi squared by beta square h by 2 sin differentiate the cos pi theta by. Again it's a jerk. Again there is a constant pi by beta. There is a pi cube beta cube h by 2 sin, because when it differentiate the cos, there is a sin. Okay, this is called as a jerk. So we go for the next one. So okay, if someone satisfies the first law, first constraint, we have two different constraints. First order, second order should be continuous. That means SV. S and V are continuous. S displacement, V velocity. If continuous, what about the jerk? Okay. If even displacement and velocity continues, but jerk is too worst, or jump downs, we cannot, or it cannot satisfy the cam rule. It's not under obeying the law. Look at the diagram. There is a uniformity in our displacement velocity, but look at the jerk. The jerk is suddenly jump up and comes towards down. This type of jerk is not allowable, so it is not under the limit. Despite the deficiency, the profile is popular for cam design in low speed applications because it's easy to manufacture. Okay, so what will we are going to do? We can add some other things for getting the smooth jerk. Is it possible? So come for the polynomial function. This class of motion functions are one of the more versatile types that can be used for cam design. They are not limited by the number of dwells. The general form of polynomial function is S displacement is equal to C naught is a constant, C1, C2, C3 correspondingly C1x, C1x squared, C1x cubed number of terms. The degree of polynomial is defined by the number of boundary conditions minus 1. Number of boundary conditions, if suppose you take a 6, we have a 5 polynomials. Okay, in our example, we divide in fall and rise. The rise, so what about the initial condition, final condition? 0 to 90 degree, what will happen? 0, theta is 0, initial condition. There is no displacement, there is no velocity, no acceleration. So everything is 0. Okay, what about the theta in 90 degree? At 90 degree exact, theta is equal to 90 degree. S is equal to displacement. What it obtained now, the maximum h, isn't it? The maximum is 25 mm for the height of the drill. That means if you are taking as example, the 25 mm is called now S. S is equal to h. But velocity and acceleration on that particular point is 0. Clear? Exactly what will happen the 90 degree at the point, velocity and acceleration. What about the fall condition? When we are falling, theta is equal to degree because the starting, and the falling where it's falling from 270 minus 170, that means 90 degree. But theta is 90 degree, but S is equal to 0, V is equal to 0, A is equal to all are 0. This is fall condition. So we have different two conditions. One is rise and another one is fall. Okay. There are 6 boundary conditions of each stage. Then we have 5 degree of polynomial equations. Okay. So what about the constant? What about the conditions? What about the evaluation? Look at the rise. 0 is equal to, theta is equal to 0 degree. Say S is equal to 0, V is equal to 0, A is equal to 0, theta is equal to 90 degree, displacement is equal to the maximum height of the lift. That means the drill height is h 25 mm. That place, that point, V is equal to 0, A is equal to 0. So write down the equation first. S is equal to 5 factors. No, isn't it? It is C naught to C5. C naught plus C1 theta by beta plus C2 theta by beta the whole squared up to C5. And you can differentiate with the ds by d theta is called velocity, and dv by d theta is called acceleration, and d theta by dj is called jerk. So what about the velocity? C naught is the constant, is 0. Then C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 includes. So 1 by beta, we can commonly take as a 1 by beta. This is a constant. So similarly, we are solving 1 by 1, velocity to acceleration, acceleration to jerk. So what about the constant? So while at a constant C naught is equal to 0, C naught is equal to S simply, or C naught is equal to H. So theta naught at the time S is equal to H. So evaluation is H. What about C1 and C2? There is not any velocity acceleration, second order, the first and second. C1 and C2, velocity, there is no presence, acceleration, there is no presence. The evaluation 0, 0. So coefficient we need to find as C3, C4, C5. So how we are going to calculate? Write down the equation here. Theta is equal to, or beta tends to S is equal to 0, because C3 plus C4 plus C5, all the 3 summation is equal to 0. So what about the velocity? 0, 3C3, we know here, 3C3 plus 4C4 plus 5C5 is equal to 0. And what about the acceleration? 0, 6C3, 12C4, 20C5 is equal to 0. Okay. How we are going to solve this equation? Suppose it should be in terms of S, or it should be in terms of H. So it's related to the 25 mm height, the H. Everything is related to H. Okay, I'm going to take LCM 3C3 plus 4C4 plus 5C5. So the common is, if I'm taking as a 60, 3C3 plus 4C4 plus 5C3 divided by 60, each and everything. So 60, if I want to get, so 3 into 20. So 20 C3, instead of C3, we are using H. Okay, 20h plus 4. I put C4 as a C4 because I need to get at least one data to calculate. 4C4 is 4C4 plus what about 5C5? 5 into 60 divided by 5, there is 12C5 about 12H. So first one is 20H, then fifth one is C5 is 12H. Okay, what about the fourth one? 4 in 60 divided by 4 is called 15H. Sorry, 30H. Isn't it? 60 divided by. Okay, so we have calculated two different values, 20H and the last one C5 is 12H. So we can divide by 2 easily. We can get, because this is everything is commonly divisible by 2. So we can divide by 2. At C3 I got the value of 10H, and C4, C5 we have a value of 6H because 12H I get, but divided by 2 is obviously gives the answer of 6H. And at last C4 is minus 15H because we are solving uh, into the right terms. Other terms are going towards to right, and equalize that one. We can get a minus 15H. Now we calculate the value of, we got the value of C3, C4, C5, the coefficients. Okay, at 90 degree, because 30 degrees and 390 degrees. This is the 5 orders we can get. So what about the evolution? H is called the total height of the drill, which is 25 mm. So each H is 25 mm. So 10 into 25, 250 mm. Sorry, 250 mm. The second one C4 minus 15 into H minus 375 and 6 into H 150. Okay, this is very, very important polynomial function to get three coefficients only, C3, C4, C5. This is the one part because rise, we are considering only rise, not we are going for fall. The next we are going to fall and derive this. If it is equally come, look at the diagram how it will be. So second, we got the value of 10H minus 15H, 6H, 150. This is called 3, 4, 5 polynomial motion because C3, C4, C5 values we get. This is a 3, 4, 5 polynomial motion. Okay, what about, okay, draw the diagram. So 0, 2. What about the equation now? Y is equal to 250 x cube, because 10H, 10 is 25 mm, 250. There is a C3, so x cube. Minus 375 x power 4 because C4, plus 150 x power 5 because C5. That is the equation. So polynomial equation is the y is equal to, actually in reverse in order, don't panic. So 250 x cube minus 375 x power 4 plus 150 x power 5. This is the curve. This is a good curve what we get. Theta by beta follower motion. Okay, camshaft angle. So theta 3, C4, sorry, C3, C4, C5, we got the value. Okay. Then what about the fall? Because one half we completed successfully. What about the other half? Go for the fall. C0, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. Similarly, you can solve these. And again, minus 10H, 15H, minus 6H. We have the same equation. Please note that C factors are opposite to the rise stage. Listen, there is a opposite direction to the rise stage. So similarly, 10H minus 15H plus 6H, if it is happened, we was calculated in rise condition. But while come for the fall condition, minus 10H, 15H, minus 6H, because of the direction opposite. So complete the diagram with our profile. So it's just shaft and smooth. Okay. What about the crankshaft? It is also smooth. So crankshaft angle, then crankshaft angle, follower is acceleration. Okay, what about that? First one is, okay, here acceleration, jerk, sliding. That means displacement, velocity, acceleration, jerk. Everyone was formed. But there is a problem in jerk. Look at that. There's the first one and two. That means the displacement and the crankshaft, the velocity are uniform. Okay, it will be uniform. But what about the jerk? Look at that. There is a curve is with the ending and started immediately. There is a small jump or a small sudden change in the jerk. Either you can modify, we can modify still because of the adding the coefficient. Okay, this is called, now we are going to solve the 4, 5, 6, 7 polynomial because we are adding some more to reduce the jerk effect. So only we try to become or produce a good cam, because there is a two functions satisfied, first order, second order curve. polynomial, but the jerk is different. So we have to solve the jerk still more. So theta is equal to 0 degree and theta is equal to 90 degree. Both the displacement s equal to 0, v0, a0, jerk 0, and 90 degree s is equal to h because total height h, velocity 0, acceleration 0, jerk 0. While in the rise condition, s is h, theta is 270 minus 180, 90 degree, the same what we have said before. But what about the coefficients C0, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and also C6, C7? We have adding some more two coefficients for avoiding or reducing the jerk problem. So we need to jerk control by the addition of a polynomial. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it is called 4, 5, 6, 7. Once again, we solve the same displacement C0, C1 up to C7. So displacement, change in displacement, theta, velocity, change in velocity, acceleration, change in acceleration, jerk. So at last we can get the four equations: C4, C5, C6, C7 is equal to 0, and 4, C4, C5, C6, C7. So consider this is the old method. How many take the LCM and put the value and solve this divided by 2 if it is a common. So we can get the last value of minus 35H, minus 84H, 70H, minus 20H respectively. So this is also for rise condition. So comparing the both, similarly the lower condition is also same. So comparing the both polynomial, because the violet color or pink is the pink or some dark violet is mentioned as a P345 polynomial, a dark blue 4567 polynomial. For both we can refer the same diagram. Crankshaft, okay, there is a common, and there is a follower motion velocity. The blue color, that means polynomial P4567 is somewhat higher velocity than compared to the polynomial 34. Then Crankshaft angle, it is also acceleration somewhat smaller, higher when compared to the polynomial P345. But look at that the jerk. 4567 jerk function continues. Look at the blue color. While in the previous stage, the jerk we remember it's a directly cut off or connected to the next straight line is an immediate jump. But this is somewhat continuous. So initial jerk, while you are considering the jerk, the 4, 5, 6, 7 polynomials or jerk functions are continuous. It will be good to choose because we are adding some more coefficient which is used to bring our cam as well as a design as good. So both two conditions are satisfied. So compare the polynomial functions, and what about the important factors we discussed earlier. There are many other motions functions can be used in the literature survey: single dwell, double dwell, low speed, high speed, displacement, velocity, accelerations. Some examples are cycloidal displacement, modified trapezoidal accelerations, modified sinusoidal acceleration. So what about the software using for SC levers? We don't know much depth there, but what about the CAM design simulation evaluation software? Very useful tool. Functions are available, extremely easy to use, very intuitive. And then Modapt is another software. It's not mentioned here. Modapt is another software. There is a high speed motion profile of CAM. Okay, these all are the softwares are available to learn about the higher level order of the CAM design in a practical manner. Okay, thank you. Everybody, I think, is in. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. It is super, sir. It is very good presentation. Participants, did you have any queries in the camp? I can ask the doubt.
சார் ஓகே சார், அதான் சார் அது ஒரு டீட்டெயில் வந்ததுன்னா
Dear participants, if you have any queries, you please ask by unmute yourself and ask your doubt. So, if you have any doubt, please ask me in the chat box also, or otherwise unmute yourself and ask your doubts, dear participants. Okay.
Umar sir, whatever you have covered
Yes,
this
sir.
polynomial motions, is it
Yes, sir.
there in the UG syllabus of Anna University, or you have taken on your
No, sir. No, sir. I'm just asking my professor, sir. They're saying us FDP is somewhat away from the topic also. So just I covered some things, which
No,
are
no,
the
it is
new things I
wonderful.
want to share with you, sir.
Okay, okay.
It is
Yeah,
wonderful.
it is
Okay,
fine.
sir.
Whatever you have given is okay, more useful to all the faculty. Maybe
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
sir. Thank you, sir.
they may use it
Thank you,
for
sir.
their
Thank you, sir.
research, or they can take it
They
to
may not,
more
yes,
level.
sir. They may not think this out of the box about polynomial function in the CAM topic.
Yeah, yeah.
That is good. So, anybody want to ask questions, please ask. Otherwise,
Why
we will
I
wind up.
asked is the fresh faculty members may not think that they have not covered this for UG students. No, that is why I asked.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely, sir. I want to share some points, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, I think nobody is want to ask question. I think so. Shall we wind up here, sir? Sindhil, sir? Sindhil, sir? Sindhil, sir?
I
Janardhan,
think
sir?
it's not there.
Yes, sir. I think it is not there. So, sir, நீங்க டே 2 டாபிக் சொல்லிடுவீங்களா சார் ஜனார்தன் சார்?
Yes, sir. Okay.
ஓகே.
So it gives me pleasure to give vote of thanks. First of all, I'd like to thank today's resource person, Mr. Umar Ahmad from Mohammad Sadak Engineering College. He has given lots of input to the faculty members. He has taken lots of efforts to prepare what is not there in the syllabus. Generally, we tend to talk the contents which are included in the syllabus, but he has taken efforts to introduce some more topics outside the syllabus also. So I thank you, sir, for giving lots of inputs to the participants. And I like to thank the management for the continuous support to conduct such faculty development programs. And I thank the principals of both the colleges, Mohammad Sadak AJ College of Engineering and Mohammad Sadak Engineering College, for giving support. And I thank both the heads of the departments of mechanical engineering department in both the colleges. And I would like to thank the coordinators of this program, Mr. Saravanan from AJ College, and also Mr. Mohammad Harris Hussain from Mohammad Sadak Engineering College. And last but not least, I would like to thank all the participants who have actively participated in this program, because without participants, it would not become complete. So I thank all the participants for having faith with us to participate in this kinds of programs. So we keep conducting lots of such programs. So please register for all these programs, and whatever we can support for conducting. You can also give in the feedback what other topics you need. So we'll try to cover those topics in our future programs. Thank you all for your participation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So it's a wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I personally thank Umar Ahmed to preparing this slide out of the syllabus, which is interesting. We may
Thank
not
you,
know
sir.
that the softwares are available for designing. Some of faculties may not know that designing CAD, designing CAM, softwares are available. Thank you so much, Umar Ahmed, sir. This is a very good presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so
Thank you, sir.
dear
Thank you.
participants, feedback link is available in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback today's session, and tomorrow the session will start at 9:55. So please be join at the time. Tomorrow by considering the attendance, the e-certificates will be sent to your registered email. So please be joined tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.